Hi, I am back! First of all, thank you so much to so many of you who have commented in my previous video. All the support, the kind words, the well wishes, I appreciate them. There were so many comments. I think we have more than 1,000 comments. I don't have the time to reply to all of them, but rest assured I've read every single one of them. They were truly heartfelt and I needed to hear them. So thank you so much. To those who have contributed generously to the bereavement fund, again, thank you so much. It meant a great deal to me because, man oh man, I have no idea how expensive death and funeral costs can be. It is crazy. So any contribution goes a long way and it has helped a lot. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I am sure some of you are asking, hey Robin, did you not just announce the break from YouTube about less than 2 weeks ago? That is true. Initially, I intended to take a longer break, maybe a few more weeks, or at least a month from YouTube. But the short version of the story is that I have to be back here to settle some urgent matters. And I'll explain everything later in this video. Since I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, I thought, why not give you guys an update on what really happened in China, about mom passing away, and of course, how I'm dealing with this, my current situation, and some updates on this channel moving forward. The trip to China with mom was supposed to be a celebration for her birthday. And we went with the church members, the Kuching Anglican Senior Fellowship. It was a big group. And her birthday was on the 10th of July, but mom passed away a day before, on the 9th of July. The night before she passed away, something happened in the evening, around about 5:30 in the evening. She suddenly felt weak. So we brought her to the nearby hospital, which was about 5 minutes drive away, had a full checkup. The doctor took her blood pressure, blood sugar level, temperature. We even did full blood work and she rested at the hospital for several hours. Everything came back normal. Blood pressure was fine, heart rate was fine, her breathing was fine. She had no pain or discomfort, no fever. Everything was normal, right? No dizziness, no headache, no pain, nothing at all. And the doctor was dumbfounded. He was like, what happened to her? Everything looks fine, everything looks normal. Doctor couldn't figure out what's wrong with her and the blood work came back. We even drew blood and did a full test, right? The blood work came back and every single detail the doctor went through very thoroughly and everything was okay. So, and mom recovered. So she tried to walk around, everything was okay. She was her usual self, she was cheerful, she felt fine. So the doctor said there was nothing wrong with her. So she was discharged. We were happy. We went back to the hotel, meet the church members. Everyone was rejoicing. Everything went back to normal. So we slept that night peacefully. Mom was happy. I was happy that nothing serious happened. Now, on the 9th of July, the morning that she passed away, at 5:30 in the morning, my alarm went off and it woke both me and my mom up. And I asked mom, I talked to her if she was okay. Did she have enough sleep? I don't know how, but she told me that she slept at 2 o'clock. I really don't know how she knew that, but then I asked her if she had enough rest. She said yes. She felt great. I asked if there's any discomfort, any pain, any abnormalities. She said no, everything is fine. Looking forward for breakfast with the group, and we were late. She asked me to shower first while she started to pack. So I went to shower quickly. I think it was 5 minutes or maybe slightly more. And I came out from shower and I saw that mom was lying on bed. The first thought that came to my mind was, mom went back to sleep. Right? So I went to mom and I called her. Hey mom, we are late. You gotta get up. You can't sleep. We are late. There was no response. So I shook her, like really, really hard. Hey mom, wake up, wake up, wake up. She was unresponsive. At that time, the room was silent. I can hear her breathing. Everything was normal. So I knew that something was wrong, and I immediately called our tour group leader and asked her to get us an ambulance. I said, I need an ambulance now. So she got that settled. And while waiting for ambulance, based on my previous experience with hospitals, I knew I need certain things like passports for hospitals, identification and paperwork. And of course, I need to pack certain things, important things like a phone charger, for example, because there was a case where I was in a hospital and the battery of my phone went out and I couldn't make payments, I couldn't make important calls asking for help. I was so helpless without a working smartphone. So I packed the charger, the passport, and all other important things. And it must have been just a few minutes. And you have to understand, at that time, everything was a blur. Everything happened so fast. I lost track of time, lost sense of time. And I went back to mom, and she was not breathing anymore. I took a pulse. There was no pulse. So I panicked. I really panicked. I have not panicked so much in my life. But I still managed to pull my phone out and Google how to do CPR, and based on the instructions on Google, I performed what I thought was CPR. I don't know what's right and wrong. I've never done this before, so I performed CPR to the best of my ability while waiting for the ambulance to arrive. The ambulance arrived fairly quickly. Again, I have no sense of time. It could have been 5 minutes, it could have been 10 minutes, but it was fairly quick. And the medic took over and he performed CPR on mom. They brought in the stretcher. Mom was on the stretcher, went into the ambulance, we went to the hospital, and the same doctor that saw her the night before was also there, and he was dumbfounded. He was like, what happened? She was perfectly fine the night before. At the hospital, they continued trying to resuscitate her. They continued CPR. They did everything they can. They really tried their very best for half an hour or 45 minutes. Again, I lost track of time. But the doctor came out and talked to me and said, hey, we've tried everything, but actually, mom has already passed away before they got to her. Whatever happened so fast. It was within minutes or seconds, and I was there, and I felt so helpless, so hopeless. I was in total shock when the doctor delivered the news, and I just don't know what to do. From here onward, everything happened so fast, and I had to make some really quick decisions. First of all, do I proceed with a post-mortem, because the doctor told me that we do not know the exact cause of mom's death. He can only suspect cardiac arrest. The only way to find out the exact cause of mom's death is to do post-mortem. I said yes initially until I found out two things. Number one, it's going to cost more than $10,000 and the insurance will not cover this cost. On top of that, I have to spend on my hotel stays, or if I were to go back to Malaysia and come back and everything is not covered by insurance, I have to fork out my own money for the air tickets, accommodations, and all the costs incurred, which could easily blow up to $20,000 if you really think about it. And it's gonna take more time. The process might take 1 to 2 months before I can bring mom back to Malaysia. So I was like, no. I asked, what would mom want? Mom never wanted to trouble anyone. She always wanted the simplest solution possible, the fastest and easiest way of doing things. And even if I found out the real medical reason why mom died, it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't help make anything easier, because I was there. It's not like a mystery. I was there with mom when everything happened. There was no one there. So I don't need that closure, right, to find out what really happened. I was there. And of course, even if we know the real reason, or if we confirm it was cardiac arrest, what does that accomplish? I can't bring mom back, and it doesn't help with anything. So I decided very quickly not to do post-mortem. The next thing to decide whether to bring her body back or to cremate her body for easier logistics. Now this is a little bit easier because I have spoken with Mom before her passing for just in case scenarios, and she has agreed to be cremated. So we went ahead with the cremation process. Thankfully, we have a local partner for the tour agency to help with all the processes, with the paperwork in the hospital, a lot of back and forth, going at different levels to get different stamps and approvals and letter of authorization and everything. We went to the police station to report and get their authorization, and then we went to the crematorium, which is in a different city. All the processes, it was all in Mandarin. I can't speak Mandarin, although I'm Chinese. I can speak some Chinese dialects, but I am totally illiterate when it comes to Mandarin, and everything is in Mandarin in China. So thankfully we have someone to help with all the processes. And yeah, I think the hardest thing I have to do was to send Mom into the furnace. And perhaps the thing I wish I could have done differently was to get a priest to be there to say a prayer before sending Mom into the furnace. But it's not that we couldn't do it in time, it's just that it's not a custom or practice in China to have a priest at a crematorium. It just cannot be arranged. There was no way to do it. So I felt a little bit of regret, and it was really painful, but I had no choice, but it was me who had to say the prayer for Mom before she went into the furnace. That was perhaps the most difficult thing I have to do in my life. And everything went well and went very quickly. I collected Mom's remains on the same day, and we managed to come back to Malaysia. I brought Mom's remains back to Malaysia. Everything went as well as can be. So I brought Mom's remains back to Kuching, which is our hometown, and very quickly the next day I had a meeting with the Dean of the St. Thomas Cathedral, which is our church. We managed to arrange the memorial service for Mom, which actually happened on the 16th of July, Wednesday. It was just a few days ago, according to the time I'm recording this video. The funeral, not the funeral, it was the memorial, because we don't have a body and we're not burying anyone. The memorial service went very well. Many people came, my relatives, Mom's family members, her brothers and sisters, my cousins, and from my father's side as well, all my uncles and aunties, and a lot of my friends who came. I even had a friend who came from Kuala Lumpur, Jason. Thank you so much for making the trip all the way. I really appreciate you. And Jason helped to take some photographs to show what happened during the memorial service and talk a little bit about that. The most important thing for me to do as a responsible Malaysian citizen is to report my mom's death to the government, right? I did that immediately upon return to Kuching, and the government, the National Registry, could not process my mom's death. They couldn't issue the death certificate because of one critical step that we missed in China. We forgot to report my mom's death to the Malaysian embassy in China, and this caused a huge snowball effect of consequences that I have to deal with. Now, long story short, there was so many back and forths. I went to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I went to the China Consulate, I went to the lawyer's office, I went back and forth between National Registry and Malaysian Foreign Affairs of Ministry and everything. It was just a nightmare. I went to so many places, but it came down to these two options I have to do. Number one, I fly back to China with the original Chinese documents issued by the China hospital, police, the crematorium and everything, and get those documents translated to, I don't know, English or Malay in the Malaysian embassy in China, get them to endorse, come back with the documents, then the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs in Malaysia will approve it before the National Registry can process the death and go on to the next steps, get the death certificate, right? That's option number one. I go back to China and do everything, which is actually not an option because I can't function in China, I can't read Mandarin, I can't speak Mandarin, I can't fill the forms, I don't know where to go, and nobody speaks English in China, so it was a nightmare if I were to go to option number one. So option number two is to get a runner, to get someone to collect the documents from me, bring it to China, get those documents translated and endorsed, and physically bring those documents back to Malaysia and proceed with the next steps. So here's the thing. Nothing can get done until the physical China original documents go back to China, Malaysian embassy there for them to do whatever they need to do. They don't want scanned copies, they don't want anything, they need to see those original documents. And we have to physically present those documents to them. It was a nightmare. So of course I went to the option two, and one of the documents that we need was my birth certificate, which was in Kuala Lumpur, which explains why I returned to Kuala Lumpur so quickly, despite me still having a lot of things to do in Kuching. That's why I came back here to retrieve that important document, my birth certificate. Without that piece of document, nothing can be done. We can't move on to the next steps. And yeah, that's why I'm here. So while waiting for the processing in China, and hopefully everything went well until I get those documents back from China, I'll be here in Kuala Lumpur. I'll be making videos, I'll be taking jobs, dealing with clients. And to me, I think that's the best thing to do because everyone deals with grief differently. I need some sense of normalcy. I need to get back to routine. I need to go to gym. I need to see people. I need to meet my friends. And a lot of my friends are in Kuala Lumpur. I need to do photo walks, my shuttle therapy sessions. And I need my cameras, right? And you guys have been a huge part of my life. I need to interact with you guys, to at least help me to have a sense of purpose, to have a reason to wake up and do things, right? And while I'm doing all these things, I grieve and I remember Mom, and yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to mourn, and hopefully in time I'll move on. But I think this grieving process is going to be a painful and long one because I was really close to Mom. She meant a whole world to me, and yeah, and it'll take time, but I will get through this. So yeah. So I am back, and boy oh boy am I glad to be back, and I cannot wait to make videos and share with you guys. The weekly video updates will resume, live streams will also resume, and I just can't wait to, just get back to normal, right? And of course, I'm not saying that I've moved on, I'm not grieving. Yes, I am grieving Mom, but life has to go on. Shuttle therapy goes on. That's what my mom would want as well. So until the next one, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.
I need to settle this. This is urgent. She always put prayers. She always put other people first before her own needs. If I were to find a model Christian, a role model, my mom would be it. I know my mom is not perfect, as all of us humans, we have flaws, we have weaknesses, but she was very strong in faith, She's the most loving person that I've known. I've known her as a mother's love, and I've seen her being so selfless and care for everyone. And she's so fierce in her prayers and Bible study. I only wish that I can be half of what my mother ever was, being a true Christian. My mom was very strong. You have no idea how strong she was. You may see her with walking difficulties, but I can tell you this. In the year 2013, during her first surgery, it was a hip replacement surgery in Sarah General Hospital. After the surgery, she was still hooked up to all the machines, all the tubes, and she was given a button to press for painkillers and also pills to take painkillers. She never pressed once. Never. And when she will ask the nurse which of the pills are her medication which is necessary post-surgery and which are the painkillers, she would separate the painkillers, did not take even one. It was how strong she was. Her strength was commendable and truly astonishing. My mom taught me many things, but above all, she taught me respect, kindness, and forgiveness. I think I'm doing pretty okay with the first two. My friends who know me probably can testify the respect and kindness part. Those come from my mom, but I'm still working on the forgiveness part. That will not come easy. It's not my mom's fault, it's me. I have a lot of work to do, and I can only look to my mom as an inspiration. To my mom, you are the best mother I can ever ask for. You've done more than enough. You went above and beyond for me. I've never said enough to you. I love you so much, and I can say this confidently. All of you here, each and every one of you, my mom deeply loves and cares for all of you. Thank you so much.